Welcome back. Diseases of the thyroid. What happens if the thyroid hormone is produced in excess quantity? What happens if it is produced in lesser than required quantity? First case is hyperthyroidism, toxic goiter, thyrotoxicosis, Graves' disease, etc. In this case, thyroid gland is increased 2 to 3 times the normal size. Actually, what happens? Ultimately, the number of cells is increased, and each cell increases the rate of secretion. Point 1, number of cells is increased, of the gland is increased. Now, point 2, the secretion by each cell is increased. That means ultimately the production of thyroid hormone is 5 to 15 times normal. It's a very high amount actually. And other substances that have action similar to those of thyroid stimulating hormone also are present. You know that thyroid stimulating hormone is normally the stimulus for the production of thyroid hormone. If some other substance which have an action similar to that of TSH are present in the body, that also will activate the thyroid gland for the production of thyroid hormones. Actually, these substances are immunoglobulin antibodies, and these are called thyroid stimulating immunoglobulin or TSI. So, thyroid stimulating immunoglobulins TSI are the molecules in the body which have activity similar to that of thyroid stimulating hormone. That means they enhance or they promote production of thyroid hormones by the thyroid gland. And this may also occur as a result of autoimmunity. What are the symptoms of hyperthyroidism? All the activities of the thyroid gland are increased. All the activities of the thyroid hormone are also increased. You can see here excessive sweating, muscle twitching, brittle nails, redness in the palms, bulging eyes. You might have heard of exophthalmic goiter, bulging eyes. Then changes in the menstrual cycle, increased hair loss, skin thinning, goiter, irregular menstruation, fatigue or muscle weakness, sleeping problems are there, irregular heartbeat, rapid heartbeat, unintentional weight loss, nervousness or irritability, sensitivity to heat, etc., mood swinging, hand tremors, diarrhea, etc. All the problems which we found earlier for the higher concentration of thyroid hormones will be there in the case of hyperthyroidism. And what about thyroid adenoma? Because of localized adenoma of the thyroid tissue, since the hormone producing glands are increasing in number, it will result in a large production of thyroid hormone. This is different from the usual type of hyperthyroidism. Here, autoimmune disease may not be there. This is simply adenoma. An interesting effect of adenoma is that as long as it continues to secrete the thyroid hormone, the secretory function of the remaining part of the gland is reduced or totally inhibited, because the thyroid hormone from the adenoma depresses the production of the thyroid stimulating hormone by means of the feedback inhibition. What are the symptoms of hyperthyroidism? We found in the previous slide: excitability, intolerance to heat, increases sweating, extreme weight loss, and diarrhea, muscle weakness, nervousness. We found earlier all those things. One is that exophthalmic goiter. People with hypothyroidism may be exophthalmic in nature, and eyeball will be protruded. Eyes may be damaged because of the eyelids not able to close completely. Therefore, the person may not be able to blink or sleep, and the epithelial surface may become dry and irritated and infected. Ulceration of the cornea will be there, and immunoglobulins can be found that react with the eye muscles, and the TSIs may be in higher concentration, so it may be also an autoimmune process as well. You can see a patient with X ophthalmic hyperthyroidism. The eyeballs are actually protruded. What about hypothyroidism? The amount of the amount of the thyroid hormone produced is lesser than normal. May be initiated by autoimmunity, but here the immunity destroys the gland rather than stimulating it. And they may also have an autoimmune thyroiditis, which means thyroid inflammation, resulting in progressive deterioration and final fibrosis of the gland with no secretion of thyroid hormone. In several types, hypothyroidism often associated with the development of enlarged thyroid gland, and we call it thyroid goiter. Symptoms of hypothyroidism: loss of eyebrow hair, enlarged thyroid gland, slow heartbeat, poor appetite, infertility, and weight gain, poor memory, thinning or hair loss, puffy face, dry and coarse skin, constipation, etc. Endemic colloid goiter. Goiter means enlarged thyroid gland. In some parts of the world, the soil may not contain sufficient iodine. That means in the diet of the people, iodine may not be there. Then we call it endemic goiter if the iodized salt is not given to them, and prevents the production of both T3 and T4. The function of thyroid is now reduced. The TSH then stimulates the thyroid cells to secrete larger amount of thyroglobulin into the follicle. But what happens, T3 and T4 are absent. So follicles will increase in size, 10 to 20 times the normal size. But still thyroid hormones are not there, resulting in hypothyroidism. This is goiter. This region is enlarged. You see, this is the normal thyroid gland. This is the enlarged thyroid gland in goiter. Idiopathic non-toxic colloid goiter. This is also found with to have enlarged thyroid gland similar to that of endemic colloid goiter. And then what's the difference? These glands may secrete normal quantities of thyroid hormone, but secretion of the hormone is more or less depressed, just as in the case of endemic colloid goiter. Signs of mild thyroiditis may be there. Causes hypothyroidism and associated with the progressive growth of the non-inflamed portions of the gland. The glands are usually nodular in appearance, with some portions of the glands growing while the other portions are destroyed by thyroiditis. What are the abnormalities? Deficiency of iodide trapping mechanism, which means sufficient iodine may not be available. Deficient peroxidase system, iodides are not oxidized. Deficient coupling of iodinated tyrosines, so T3 or T4 are not produced. Deficiency of deiodinase, which means iodine recovery is affected. and sometimes the food may have goitrogenic substances. This will lead to thyroid stimulating hormone stimulated enlargement of the thyroid gland, especially in varieties of turnips and cabbages. Such goitrogenic substances are present. What are the characteristics of hypothyroidism? What will be the reason? If the thyroid hormone is not available, in all the reasons, in all the causes, physiological effects are the same. Fatigue will be there, extreme somnolence, sleeping up to 12 to 14 hours, muscle sluggishness, slow heart rate, decreased cardiac output, decreased blood volume, increased body weight because of non-removal of the metabolite, constipation, mental sluggishness, etc. etc. Mixed edema develops in people with almost a total lack of thyroid hormone function. Bagginess under the eyes and the swelling of the face is the result. Greatly increased quantity of hyaluronic acid and chondroitin sulfate forms a tissue gel in the interstitial spaces. This causes interstitial fluid to increase. And because of the gel nature of the fluid, it is immobile, it does not flow. I think you have a slide. This is the mixed edema. Look at the baggy appearance here and also here just below the eyes, etc. You might have seen such people. They are having mixed edema. Atherosclerosis due to lack of thyroid hormone. Quantity of blood cholesterol increases. This increased blood cholesterol is associated with increased atherosclerosis. So people with mixed edema may have associated atherosclerosis also, and peripheral vascular diseases, coronary artery disease, early death may be there in such people. Cretinism, extreme hypothyroidism during fetal life, infancy or childhood, and also mental retardation may be there. It may be because of a genetic defect or because iodine may be absent in the diet. A neonate without a thyroid gland may appear normal at the time of birth because from the mother's circulation the baby might have got a few of the thyroid hormones. But in the coming weeks and months, the thyroid deficiency will affect the baby. Of course, thyroid treatment can improve the status to a great extent. Tongue becomes so large in relation to the skeletal growth. It upsets swallowing and breathing. Then it will of course choke the baby. Treatment with the thyroxine can change all these aspects. Of course, mental retardation will be there in the early childhood if the thyroid treatment is not given. Obese, stocky and short appearance etc. will be there because thyroid is not present when it is actually required. Thyroid is over.